Hey y'all, we are walking for some exercise today. It's finally like cool outside, so I can go walking and it feels really fucking good. So that's what we're gonna do. I hope you guys are having a great day. I wanted to talk about, so I had somebody reach out to me that's really struggling with their sobriety, and they had a slip, and I want to talk about, first of all, I want to talk about what constitutes a slip and what constitutes like a full-blown relapse. So in my opinion, a slip is when somebody picks up a substance, uses it, and then realizes, oh fuck, I made a bad choice, and they immediately go back to recovery. They immediately get back on track and, stop using. A relapse is when you stay in that behavior and continue using for, an extended period of time. So let's get that. That's my opinion. If you don't believe that, that's okay. So this person has got a lot of different stressors in their life. They have, multiple people that they live with and around who are still using substances. They have a rocky relationship with their mother. They have their husband's not somebody that they can sit down and talk to. And so instead of doing what they needed to do, which is snitch on their addiction and tell somebody that they're struggling, instead they, resorted to picking up, and, now they feel really guilty and really ashamed. So there's no reason to feel ashamed if you're struggling to stay sober. Substance use disorder is a disease of the mind. It's something that we're going to be fighting for the rest of our lives. And that sometimes you're going to have days where you want to use. Sometimes you're going to have days where you feel really confident in your sobriety. Sometimes you're going to have days where you feel in the middle, right? The whole thing that we have to start learning how to do, you guys, as people in recovery, is to talk about what we're going through and how we're feeling and reach out for help. So a lot of us have been conditioned to believe that it's a shameful thing to need help, and that way we can't ask for help. We can't get support. A lot of us have been taught that having substance use disorder is shameful, and it's not. It's not. You wouldn't shame somebody who has diabetes or cancer or lupus or MS. So you shouldn't shame people who struggle with substance use disorder, okay? So, Boston, I'm walking. So, instead of reaching out to me after you pick up drugs and alcohol, you guys have to start reaching out to me beforehand, okay? Beforehand. There's nothing to be ashamed of. If you are struggling with substance use disorder, there is nothing to be ashamed of. Letting someone know that the way you're feeling is triggering you into wanting to use drugs, that there's nothing to be ashamed of with that. The more you practice letting people know how you feel, the more you practice telling people that you're struggling with triggers, the more you're going to get used to telling on your disease, which I call snitching on my addiction. A lot of times people don't even realize what is triggering them. So I want you guys that are in this chat right now to sit down and get a piece of paper out, and I want you to write down the things that trigger you. What do I mean by that? Trigger means it triggers a thought, okay, or an emotional response or a feeling within you. For example, some things that I am triggered by are spoons, water bottle caps, used to be syringes, pills, pill bottles, certain rap songs. And when I hear these things or see these things, it makes me think of a time when I was using substances. Okay? What I have realized with triggers is that triggers have no power over me. I have the power. I choose what I want to do. No one, hey Ash, no one can make me do something I don't want to do. No one can make me get high except for me. So, after I had identified the triggers that I have, okay, after I've identified those triggers, honestly, you guys, I wrote all the things I could think of down. I mean, I had a whole paper full of triggers, okay? And I looked at that paper and I thought, holy shit, dude, this is real life shit. Like I'm trucking, y'all. I'm trying to get this weight off. This is real life shit. I can't walk through life with a fucking, looking like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man with like a fucking life vest wrapped all around me, bouncing me off triggers, right? If I let triggers take over my life, I wouldn't do shit. I wouldn't watch TV. I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't talk about my recovery. I wouldn't do shit. So I identified those triggers, and then I started triggering myself. And what I mean by that is, like, for me, it's like exposure therapy. So with my pill bottles, I had to take Lexapro and I had to take Wellbutrin. You know, having those pill bottles in my medicine cabinet every day, opening the cabinet to take my medication and telling myself, this is not drugs. This is my mental health medication. This is not drugs. This is my mental health medication. It is okay to have mental health medication. It is okay to have medicine that I need to help me in my life. Okay? Another thing that really helped me, and I didn't even mean to do this, was syringes. My dog became diabetic. She passed away Monday. Rest in peace, Jenna. Damn, I'm gonna get a little emotional. My dog passed away on Monday, but about 3 or 4 years ago, she became diabetic. And I remember the day the doctor diagnosed her with diabetes. I thought, oh my fucking God, how am I going to give this dog insulin shots? How am I going to give this dog insulin shots and I'm an IV drug user in recovery? You know, how am I going to manage this? And so every day, me and my husband would wake up in the mornings, get my son ready for school, and my husband would give the dog her insulin shots. And on days that he couldn't give the dog her insulin shots, I would give her insulin shots. And you know, when I first started out, it made me so sick to my stomach. It made me feel like I had to go to the bathroom every time I would have to give her a shot. But after a while, I got used to it. And those syringes don't have power over me. Those syringes don't make decisions for me. I fucking make the decisions. I choose what I'm going to do. And I overcame my trigger of the syringes, you guys. Okay? I overcame my trigger to syringes. Okay? If I can overcome that, you guys can too. All right? Nicole, thank you for the chats and the support. Oh, I love you, girl. You're welcome. And so, little by little, every single day, more things that I had triggers that I would be triggered by would be integrated in my life. You know, things like water bottle caps. I mean, who's triggered by water bottle caps? Oh, you know me, a drug addict that used to shoot up. You know, and water bottles are everywhere. I can't run away from water bottles. So I had to really start just facing my fears. I had to start processing my thoughts. When I would see a water bottle cap and the thought would flash into my mind of me dropping the dope in the cap, mixing it up with some water, I would think about that, and then I would think about how my son got taken away and how the reason why he was taken away was because of my motherfucking ass dropping dope in that cap. And that helped me to realize that I don't need that shit in my life no more. Every single time I would have a trigger. I would tie it back to the day I gave custody over to my son to CPS. And that made me realize that, damn, I don't want to go out like that. I don't want to lose custody of my son again. I don't want to ruin my life. I don't want to hit rock bottom again. That shit sucked. You know? Hey, Bad Mama Jamma, text me or send me a DM and I can message the doctors for you. No problem. Easy peasy chicken deasy, okay? Just send me a DM. I got you. So that's how I got over my triggers. It was a slow process. It happened little by little, one day at a time. Now, when me and my husband first got sober, after we got our son back, it took us that first year. No problem. Yeah, message me. I got you. That first year, we were fighting for custody of my son. That was hard time for both of us. But we kept fighting. And we kept fighting. I'll tell you, that first year, I didn't do much of anything except for go to meetings, work with my sponsor, go to the little job I had, and do what CPS told me to do. You know, visit my son at visitations and things like that. After that first year, though, I was able to start getting out of my comfort zone. And I started to go tell my story at the treatment centers here where I live. And my sponsor said, I think it would be a good idea if you told your story. Told her I really wanted to. And that really helped me to get outside of myself. And so a lot of you guys are sober, but you're not getting outside of yourself. You're not serving anybody else. You're not doing anything to help other people. And you ain't got to be out there feeding the homeless and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking about just simply sharing your testimony with people. That's a way that you can help people from your home in the safety of your own home if you're not ready to do more hands-on service work. You know, that might be the missing piece to why you're struggling, because you're not giving back what was so freely given to you. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm just telling you guys that's a key part in what helps me stay sober, is being able to give back what was so freely given to me. Being able to help other people who are hurting and struggling by sharing with them my experience. That helps me stay sober, and it gives me a purpose. I am my best self when I'm helping others. I am the best version of me when I am giving back. And if you're somebody who's been sober for a while and you can't figure out why you're struggling, that might be the missing link. And like I said, you don't have to be doing the most. You can simply start going to meetings and sharing your story. Going to treatment centers and sharing your story. Calling up to the jails and the prisons and seeing if they need somebody, a speaker to come in. If you don't like doing public speaking, you can get involved. Like I said, you can get involved by, helping other people that do public speaking. Picking up cigarette butts at the meeting. Bringing coffee. Bringing snacks. If you don't go to meetings, you could do service work like I was saying before, like helping people that are unhoused, helping people find resources in recovery. There's all kinds of different ways that you can help people. But I think a lot of people have that's a missing link for a lot of people. So, back to it. A lot of you guys are moms, and a lot of you guys have mom guilt. And that's something that I have struggled with for 8 years. But it used to be mom shame for me. And that's unhealthy. I used to feel immense amounts of shame because of the things that I did while I was pregnant with my son. And I can't take that shit back. I can't go back 9 years ago and change what I did. but I can damn not fucking repeat that shit, and I can do better every single day, and I can be the best mom that my son has ever had. And damn it, that's what I do today. I push myself every day to do extra and to help my little baby boy be the best little boy he can be, and give him confidence and reassurance, so that way he grows up and doesn't end up like I did. And if you are beating yourself down because you think you're not doing enough, or you think that you're a bad mom, or you don't think you're a good enough mom, you gotta stop doing that shit, because that's your addiction. Our addiction, it feeds off of the negative parts of our mind. It feeds off of the doubt in our mind. It feeds off of the shame and guilt and hatred and all the nasty in our mind. That's what it likes, because that's what tells you, oh, I'm shamed. I'm not a good mom. Nobody will know if I use drugs. Nobody will ever be able to find out if I get high, because I don't matter. I'm not a good person. That's a lie. That's a lie from the pit of hell, and that's your disease telling you that. Now, I don't mean literally. I'm talking figuratively. Of course, our disease don't fucking talk and shit, but it's a part of us. It's a part of us. And so, what I've had to learn how to do, hey, I'm walking, I'm getting my exercise in. What I've had to learn how to do is talk that side of me out of me. I tell myself every day that I'm beautiful, that I'm amazing, that I'm worthy, that I deserve recovery, that I'm the perfect mom for Nate, and nobody can do it like me. I tell myself every single day that no matter what other people say, no matter what other people's opinions are of me, I know my heart. I know my truth. I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And that's all that matters. There's going to always be people in life who are going to try and tear you down. They're going to see you doing good. They're going to see you succeeding in life. And that makes them uncomfortable, because those people are sitting at home and they're not doing good and they're not succeeding at life. But they have every chance, the same chances that you guys have. They have the same chances that I've had. Okay? Every single person has a choice. A choice to get up, make life better, or a choice to sit down and cry like a bitch. And you can get up and make life better, or you can cry. I prefer to get up and keep it pushing, because if I sit down and I give it too much time, I'll be crying. Is that an animal in there? Hold on a second. No, it's a rock. Okay. So, I would love that. Hey, Thomas, I got to get a hold of you. I'm sorry, buddy. But everybody has choices in life. And we all make choices, and sometimes we make mistakes. Okay? I've made lots of mistakes, and I learn from them. That's the difference between me and you, or whoever's not doing the thing. I'm not saying y'all, you know what I mean. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your experiences. No one is perfect. If people are laughing at you because you're taking responsibility and you're apologizing for a mistake you made, they could never. They could never. It takes a lot of fucking balls to own up to some shit that you fucked up. You know, people are so worried about what everybody else is going to think about them, they'd rather fucking continue on with the hate than to fucking own up. You know, don't let fucking people get in your head like that. Don't let people make you second guess yourself. You know what I mean? I worked too hard to get to where I'm at today to let other people get in my mind about me. I know me. You know you. You know your heart better than anybody else. You know? When it comes to recovery, it's tough. There's going to be all kinds of people who are going to tell you, you can't do it. You might as well come on over here and get high. Come on, you know it feels good. You know it's fun. Come on, Nicole, walking ain't going to help you lose weight. Why don't you shoot some shots? Why don't you do a fucking big, fat, thick 40 of methamphetamine? That'll make you lose weight. That'll make you get skinny. Those are going to be those people who are going to encourage you to kill yourself, to take yourself down, and to tell you that you're no good and that you should just come on over to the dark side. But those people are stuck in the dark side, and they ain't never going to get out of the dark side. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got to keep it pushing. Keep it fucking moving, dude. Social media is fly by night. One day they love you, the next day they'll hate you. I'm telling y'all, don't let it get to you. If you know your heart and you know you're doing the right thing, keep doing the right fucking thing. Woo! I'm getting my workout on. Let's see. And I'm not, listen to me when I tell you all this. This has all been a huge learning experience for me. Okay? When I lost custody of my son, I wanted to die. Okay? When I lost custody of my son, I thought I would never get him back. I can remember before I started using drugs, when I was just dabbling, I can remember knowing that people shot up, and I would say to myself, oh my God, I would never do that. Oh my God, how could they do that to themselves? I can remember seeing women that were pregnant using substances, and I would think, oh my God, how could they do that? Oh my God, I would never do that. And I became the very thing I said I would never become. So just remember that. People will stand up on their high horses and they'll look down you from their little fucking soapboxes. But I'm telling you guys, God has a funny way of humbling folks. And karma is a motherfucking bitch. And she will come for you when you least expect it. So keep your motherfucking side of the street clean. Okay? Learn from my mistakes. Let me be a lesson to everybody. Okay? Let me be a lesson. But I'm telling y'all, get up. Make the choice today. Make the choice to change your life. All you got to do is reach out to somebody for help. That's all you got to do, man. Reach out to someone for help. Reach out to somebody you trust. Let them know, hey, I need some support. Can you point me in the right direction? The hardest part is getting started, man. That's the hardest part, is getting started. Once you do that, shit. Once you get started, it's all over, man. I'm telling you. It's kind of like, when you're on drugs, you feel like you're hopeless. And it's kind of like right now, my house is really far away, right? And I'm all the way over here. And I'm like, damn, I'm tired. I don't want to walk the rest of this way. But I know my house is coming, and I just got to keep on pushing. So there's hope. It's the same thing when you're high on drugs. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Your house is right down the road. You just got to keep pushing, and you got to go to it. You got to stop giving up on yourself. Stop giving up. Why are you tapping out? Why are you letting drugs take over your life? I honestly ask myself all the time, was I a bitch? Why was I letting drugs take over my life? Why was I tapping out? Oh, hell no, not anymore. They ain't gonna run my life no more. I'm telling you guys, and you can do the very same thing. You can pick up and you can change your whole fucking life. And you can turn it into something that you never even imagined. When I was couch hopping, y'all, I never even a million years thought I would have a husband. I said, I'm not going to have kids. I don't want any kids. And I know no man want to be with me because I'm a hoe. So I had given up on myself. And I had basically come to the conclusion that I was going to die with a needle in my arm. And I was okay with that. And then I feel like what happened is God sent my husband to me. God sent Neil to me. What's your question, baby? And we were both in active addiction, right? We were both in active addiction, but we both wanted to change. We both wanted to turn our lives around. We just didn't know how. Wow, look at that. So we fell in love. And that gave me something to look forward to. Is to be with somebody that loved and cared about me. Do you know what I'm saying? And then God came along and I got pregnant. And that gave my husband something to look forward to and somebody to love besides me, And then God, put my son in my life healthy and happy. And I'm telling you, little by little, I started to realize that I didn't want to die. I didn't want to fucking die with a needle hanging out of my arm. I didn't want to be known as Nicole, the meth junkie. I wanted to turn my life around, and I wanted to be able to be a mom and help other people. Yeah, I can help you guys find resources, sure, to get help for your cousin. Yeah, no problem. Just send me a DM. I'll help you. No problem. So, but of course I had doubts. I had doubts in my mind that I wouldn't be able to succeed. I had doubts in my mind that I wouldn't be good enough as a mom. I had doubts in my mind that my husband wouldn't love me and he wouldn't stay with me through sobriety. So many people told me, oh, y'all were in active addiction together. You'll never make it. You'll never make it. Y'all will break up. There's no way you can get sober and stay sober together. Those were all lies from the fucking pit of hell. Okay? Because you can do anything you fucking put your mind to, you guys. Anything. You can get sober. Today, you can stop using drugs. Today, right now, you can turn your whole life around and have a beautiful life. A beautiful life. But you got to make the choice, you know? And it's hard. I know. Believe me. It's hard. But you can do it, dude. You can do it. Don't compare yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy. Okay? Comparison is the thief of joy. You don't compare yourself to anybody else. You don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Okay? Your journey is specific to you. All right? And the way you get sober is the way you get sober. The way I get sober is the way I get sober. And it doesn't matter what anyone else says. It doesn't matter what anybody else does. Okay? I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I'm thriving, dude. Thriving, okay? Kicking ass and taking names, all right? I got a whole list of asses I've kicked in the last fucking 8 years. And a whole list of names. You know what I'm saying? And you can do the same thing. This truck is going to run me over, y'all. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go a different way. I'm going to take you to the cool rich people houses now. So, I just want you all to know that I felt helpless for a really long time too. You know? And I just want y'all to know that you can do it. When me and my husband got sober, y'all, I didn't have my own car. We had just moved into my mother-in-law's old house and started renting it from her. The rent was expensive. We were barely making it. I mean, it was bad. We had 5 fucking dogs, a kid. We had a lot on our plate, you know. Before that, I didn't even have a place to stay. Me and Neil would couch hop. Our old apartment we got kicked out of, and so I had to go live with another friend, and me and Neil were sleeping on her couch, and of course we were all messed up, so she was pissed and kicked us out. You know, so it was just never ending bullshit and me fucking up and making bad choices. But the moment I made my mind up that I was going to make positive changes in my life and make good choices, that's when my life totally changed, man. It's a mindset. You have to recalibrate your mind, man. You have to start thinking positive and really turn that shit around. You can do it. I know y'all can. And I know I've said that like a million times in this live, but I really just want y'all to know you can. You can. Whenever I first got sober, I struggled really bad with debilitating chronic depression. And so I went and I got psychological evaluations. That's my suggestion to every person in here. When you get sober, go get a psychological evaluation. Then a year later, go get a psychological evaluation. Then 2 years later, get a psychological evaluation. And watch how your mental health, it will get better and better and better the longer you stay sober and off drugs. And if you get treatment for your mental health and medication, that can help you. I was on medication for my mental health, you guys, for 8 years. I just got off recently. Just recently got off. Probably like 90 to 120 days ago, I got off Lexapro and Wellbutrin. I was on those pills for a long, long time. Whew. And now I'm off, free. You know, if you have to stay on medication though for the rest of your life, there's no shame in that either. I mean, I thought I was going to stay on them forever too, but when we moved into this new place, my depression really started lifting. And I started feeling better, you know. And so I made the executive decision to taper. And so I tapered. And you can do the same thing if you want to. It's really all up to you. Okay, let's see how many miles I've walked, y'all. Woo! Da, 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 da. 5,000 steps. Cool. All right, good deal. Yeah. Hey, Stormy, what's up, baby? Hey, Kara, what's up, baby? So, oh, I bet you they have their Halloween stuff out over here, y'all. This is a really cool neighborhood. Oh, are you really, Jessica? I'm trying to get myself more better about doing it, because I'm trying to lose weight. Oh, you guys, today I made the best pork loin, garlic butter pork loin with mashed potatoes and corn on the cob. So good. Hey, Jenny, what's up? So freaking good. Oh yeah, they're really pretty out here. I don't live in a big house like this. I live in an apartment, y'all. But these houses are like right beside where I live. Oh, that's amazing, Jessica. 10,000 steps, that's great. My husband is a delivery driver, and he walks like 10,000 steps a day. So that's really good. I'm proud of you. It's good for us, you know. I really got out of the habit of walking when I first got sober because, you know, I got sober, I got kind of set in my ways, and I got lazy. Now I'm trying to turn it around, you know. Y'all want to know how many miles I walked whenever I was at Disneyland? I walked 13 miles at Disneyland, 28,000 steps. Usually I only try to do like 2 or 3 miles on these evening walks, but we'll see how many I get in. Yeah, we were there. Oh God, sorry. The dog scared me. We were there from 8 o'clock in the morning until after 10:30 at night. We stayed until the fireworks. It was badass. Really badass. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to go down this way. Go back up on the sidewalk. It's so nice outside, dude. I got my good walking shoes on. Yeah. So, anyway, my weight really started getting out of control in 2020 when the pandemic hit. I became like addicted to binge eating. I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would binge eat every night. So, I identified that problem, and I pretty much got the binge eating in control. I don't do that anymore. Now I have to get my calorie intake under control, because there's one thing about me. I love to eat. I enjoy eating. You know what I'm saying? And so, now I'm trying to get my calories in check. Once I do that, everything's going to come together, you know? It's one thing at a time for me, because I'm really bad about making really big changes and then not maintaining them. So since I've learned that in my sobriety, that I'm better with small changes and then piecing them all together, that's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to make small changes that I can maintain and then plug them all together. Whew. And this is my favorite time of the year. So I'm ready, baby. I'm ready to get out here and move my body and get my dopamine hits from walking and do the right thing and lose this fucking extra poundage. Because I'm too fucking pretty to have this extra weight on me, weighing me the fuck down. I can't fly like I want to with this fucking weight on me. If y'all don't watch my YouTube channel, you won't know, but I've been struggling with really bad heart problems. Like, my heart races too much. My heart will be like 135 beats per minute while I'm standing still. And so I'm pretty sure it's because I'm fucking fat and because I did a lot of meth for many, many, many years. And so now I'm trying to get that shit under control because I don't want to have a stroke and die, you know? Too much stress. Too much stress in my life. I got to get myself under control. I also think about, you know, being overweight and not being here for my son when he gets older. I don't want to die of a heart attack or a clogged artery or some shit. You know? Yeah, I'm a really anxious person, but it doesn't really show through in how I am. How do I explain it? I'm high strung. Like, I'm like that just on the regular. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? My dad's the same way. Like, we're wound tight. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me to be real rested, I can't do that. Like, really just be like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm never really just like, you know, I'm always like ready to go. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm on the edge of my seat a lot, you know? But I mean, I've been this way all my life. So it's like I'm kind of used to it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't bother me. I'm not having anxiety attacks. Whew. Hey, Bits and Pieces, what's up, baby? I'm not having anxiety attacks because I know what that feels like or anything like that. It's just like it's always like that. So I don't know. I know that my dentist wouldn't even give me fucking the medicine because she said my heart rate was too high. So, like, anytime I go to the doctor to have something done, especially for my mouth, they always make a big deal out of my heart rate. And I'm like, dude, I used to shoot meth for fucking almost 20 years. Like, damn, I did damage to my heart. That's all I can think of, you know? Oh, it feels so good, you guys. If you're not outside walking with me, I want to challenge every single one of you guys to get outside and walk tonight. It feels so good, y'all. You can do it, even if it's just a few minutes. Whenever I used to be 250 pounds, okay? I'm like 212 now. And when I tell you guys, I was so ashamed I couldn't even go out and walk, you know? But I really started not eating at night, and I started drinking a lot of water. That helped me lose weight. I stopped eating out all the time. That helped me lose weight. Like, that's 40 pounds. I was 40 pounds heavier fucking last year and the year before that. Oh, you do? That's good, Ash. Good. And it's so nice there where you live, too. When I was in California, at Disneyland, y'all, it felt so good outside. Hey, Williams, what's up? It felt so damn good. When I tell you, I felt like I was in heaven. I felt like I was in heaven. I wish I could go back more often. It's so nice there, y'all. The weather. Here in the South, it's just so freaking hot, dude. It's like a sweltering freaking jungle, dude. And not to mention the humidity, you know? How you doing?
Good.
Good. Whew. See, I started doing, what I'm doing, Courtney, is I'm doing time restricted eating, where I don't eat until 10 o'clock in the morning, and then I stop eating at 6. Whew. We are doing good, y'all. I'm so proud of us. Let's do it. Let's do it to it. Whoop. Yeah, we walked 6,244 steps so far. Doing it to it, y'all. Doing it to it. And it's easy to walk this because I walked a circle. So, if y'all didn't notice, I came from my house all the way down to the end of the road, made that circle, then went all the way down past Wendy's and to the smoothie shop, and then turned around and came back around, back up, down a little farther, and then turned back around and came this way. So it's like a little circle, a little square. Whew. Hey, Ashley, what you doing? You doing okay? Ooh, me. I'm proud of myself for getting up and getting out today. My husband's off work tomorrow, y'all. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. So we booked a vacation. It's October 20th through the 22nd, just a little 3 days. But we're going ghost hunting, you guys. We're going on a haunted ghost hunting tour in Eureka Springs at the Basin Park Hotel. We're going to go look for paranormal activity. I'm so fucking excited. We have not had a vacation in like 2 years. And I know it's only going to Eureka Springs, but we love it. That's like our family kick-it spot. Yes, Nate's going too. Nate loves scary movies too. And last time we went, we did a haunted ghost tour at the Crescent Hotel, and Nate loved it. So this year we're going to do the Basin Park one. And yeah, Nate loves it. And it's going to be all Halloween decorations down there, which if y'all don't know, Eureka Springs is beautiful. Look it up on your phones and you'll see what I'm talking about. Eureka Springs, Arkansas. It's in the Ozark Mountains. It's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. You know, through all the stuff that's been going on social media for me, I've been really, really neglecting my husband through all of this. And I feel horrible, you guys. So we talked yesterday, and even I make mistakes, you know. And so we talked yesterday, and I'm going to make, like, I have to make more time for just me and my husband to have husband and wife time, you know. I have to start cutting back on social media or stick to a schedule with my social media. What I mean by that is, like, I was going live like every single day. on my YouTube channel. I need to cut it back to like once or twice a week because I do too much. So, but we talked about it and he understands and he knows that like I feel my best when I'm being able to help people. And so I'm just going to get back on a better schedule that's more conducive for our family, you know? So, my husband's like my biggest cheerleader, and he's always like supported me with my social media, and he's really fucking proud of me, you know? I'm really lucky to have Neil. He's a good man. Oh. So, Lord help me, Jesus. We're almost to the house, y'all. We did it. And it's almost getting dark, too. It's a perfect time to walk, you know? Sun's going down. I just want you guys to know that you're capable of doing anything you want to do. And not to ever give up on yourself. My phone's like at 5%, so I'm about to shut it off. But y'all, if you need to get a hold of me, you can send me a DM. If you're interested in buying my other TikTok account with 38,000 followers on it, hit me up. And I love you guys, and I hope you have a great night. Thank you for walking with me, you guys.